Rise and shine, it's a brand new day. Kiernan can take the stage, ready to play. Weekdays at 10, the cars in the scene. Coffee in hand, they're living the dream. Question in the voice, got the whole town awake. Bringing fire to the mic, make no mistake. Shows in the corner, spitting out facts. Dropping truth bombs, ain't holding back. Can in the morning, feel the heat. From 10 a.m. CST, can take a seat. Live and love that break in the mud. Light up your speakers, crank up the sound. They're talking about life upside down. Opinions exploded like a sonic blast. In the studio, they're built to last. With passion and grit, they engage and ignite. Every single week, they're all force can fight. From sports to politics,
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Good morning. Hope everyone's doing well this morning. Sorry about yesterday, guys. I had a day. Yeah. Oof. And of course, it looks like the NFL is trying to take off. Of course, since our last show, the Bears now need a center. I hear Linderbaum is available. Oh wait, where's Joe? The Falcons are releasing Darnell Mooney. Got a lot of people getting released yesterday too. Darnell Mooney. With the big trade with the Chiefs yesterday. Quay Walker might be leaving Green Bay. Where's Kenneth? Let me see if I can find where he's at. There we go. All right. So, busy day yesterday. Here's Joe. Hey, good morning.
What's going on?
Good morning, Fred. Oh, what a day yesterday. What a day yesterday. I am still tired, man. So
Where's Ken?
Ken had PT yesterday. I'm not sure where he is yet today. I haven't heard from him yet. I had my thing yesterday, which it was a day. Put it this way, we now have 2 extra dogs and 2 extra cats in the house. Had to go get them yesterday.
Why did you have to go get them?
Because there's a no contact order.
Oh, gotcha.
She got the animals, so there's the no contact. So we had to get them out of the house, which we kind of wanted to do at some point, but made us do it earlier than later. So, I was so close to an empty nest, Joe. So close, but that's okay. Hey, I hear the Bears are going to sign Tyler Linderbaum.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
No,
so, you know, funny, when I heard that Drew Dahlman was going to retire, I mean, think about it. The dude signs the big extension last year to come join the Bears, right? Plays the season. All of a sudden, after we get off air the other day, announces his retirement that night. It's like, whoa, you know, it's a shocker when a guy retires after 5-6 years in the league.
Yeah, especially when you're one of the better ones. Like, I mean, you know, like you don't have to be the number 1 guy to be top 10 at your position in the NFL, which is like, it's crazy. Like, he was on a decent contract, wasn't he? You guys signed him to a free agent deal.
Yeah, the Bears are going to get like $10-12 million in cap space back.
Yeah, but now you got to go find a center, and that's the anchor of your whole line. Like,
yeah. So the second this happened, I was like, first off, like this is just like wasn't on the bingo card.
Right.
And I'm like, well, at least Linderbaum's going to be available. Sorry, Joe. Because if I'm Linderbaum and I have the choice of the Raiders or the Bears, which team do you think he's going to?
Depends. Like, it depends on what he's looking for. Like, if he wants to win now, he'll go to the Bears. If he sees the opportunity to build something and set the market at his position, he'll go to the Raiders.
So this will be interesting. And then, of course, you got the Max Crosby. Man, the Bears and the Raiders are so tight in so many different things. You got this whole Crosby Bears thing. There's more rumors on that, saying now that basically there are 2 teams in this picture on this Crosby trade that supposedly is going to happen this week. It's the Bears and the Cowboys.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, the Bears and the Cowboys. But Going back to Drew Dahlman, though, you know what? I just want to I think it's interesting. Not everybody has the same vision with their NFL career, right? Like most guys, most of those guys, they want to play as long as they can, make as much money as they can, right? Like I actually admire what Drew Dahlman did. Like he came in, he played out his first contract, he signed a big contract, a decent enough contract, right? What was he making annually when he signed his extension?
Well, hold on. Let me find. I don't think they've removed him from. They moved him from the. Because right now they're showing the Bears at 7 million over, and that's with the cap. Lot. What's the cap set up for this one? Though? Doesn't say. I don't think the over the cap's adjusted for the new cap number because Butters was texting me. Oh, you're not listening to me yesterday. He's like, you're not listening to me on Rumble. I'm like, dude, I've been out all day. He's like, the cap number is 310 or whatever it is. I'm like, okay, great. I was so busy I couldn't. I don't see it. Let me see if I can find Drew Dahlman's contract.
The cap number's 310.
I think that's what he said.
So how much of an increase is that? Because last year it was like 260 or something.
Let me find Drew Dahlman. There he is. Drew Dahlman. Okay, so in 2025, he made $11 million in base, a $2 million signing bonus, a roster bonus of $765K, a workout bonus of $235K. So he was 14 mil last year. This year he would have made another 14 mil, and next year he would have made another, and the year after that another 14 mil.
Right.
So obviously the all
But
the
on
cap,
his first contract, he wasn't a first round pick, was he?
let me see if I can see the history. His first contract was $4.2 million
Total on his rookie deal. So $1 million a year, right? So this is where I'm going with this. It's like not everybody's vision for their NFL career is the same, right? Like I said, some guys they want to play 15 years. They want to get two big contracts at least, possibly even three big contracts, right? Drew Dahlman said, "Dude, I made 14 million. I'm going to take home after taxes and paying everybody. I'm going to take home half of that, maybe a little less than half, right? So $6 million, let's say. Plus, if he was smart, he banked another, let's say, $1.5 million off of his rookie deal, you know, including buying a house or whatever. So he's basically like, dude, I got $6 million that I can invest, and I still have my health, no CTE, like I'm set for life, dude. Like it's a smart play. Like you get the best of both worlds. You get to be, you get to retire being one of the better centers in the NFL. You made enough money to set your family up for life, like, and you still can go. He's young enough. He can go start a business. He can go do whatever he wants to do.
Morning, Tiger. So according to JB, it's basically the cap one of 22 million, about 22 million. The cap one up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I mean I kind of had the same thought. I kind of had the same thought with what happened there. Huge loss though, the Dahlman retirement for the Bears as an organization. Yeah, okay, yeah, there's always that way. I mean, you're right. I mean, the guys I thought about the same thing. I'm like, okay, the guy's made enough money. He doesn't really ever have to work again if he doesn't want to. Right? You can live off the interest every year, $300K a year or so, and be cool. And just have a nice, comfortable lifestyle, which there's nothing wrong with. Hence, I do it. Right? I mean, I don't make a ton of money as a retiree, but I'm comfortable and I'm happy. You don't have to have a Porsche, a Lamborghini, a 50,000 square foot house that costs you $30,000 a year in property tax. You can have just a nice, modest home with nice cars in the driveway, and yeah,
spend your days hunting and fishing.
Yeah, I mean, so it'll be interesting because the only thing we've got from Drew Dahlman is that that he informed the Bears. Now the Bears haven't posted anything on their official website yet or Twitter. It'll be interesting to see because eventually, they always get an interview or a comment from these guys to understand what his reasoning is behind it. Because he didn't have injuries, he's never had a concussion that I can recall. Well, he's had some injuries, but last year he didn't have any injuries. I mean, it's just like what made him? What was the impetus behind it after signing a 3-year deal to pop smoke after a year? And was this always the plan? Was this something that just happened? Was there a significant life event that made this happen? I mean, that's kind of like I think fans want to know that, and probably he owes some kind of explanation to the fan base and the organization. But no, it changes the offseason. This is why remember I said I don't like mock drafting too early because the Bears needing offensive line was not on the bingo card. Because now that and you listen to the reports, we need a left tackle and a center because Trapio is going to be out. Okay, well, we still have the Canadian Eagle. We still have Broski's other favorite left tackle. We've got 2 left tackles on the roster, right? But okay. And yeah, all pro centers don't go on trees. Unfortunately for the Bears, there is another one that's going to be a free agent, Linderbaum. And they could go after him. But now you're talking about contract restructures. They're going to have to take place, this, that, and the other. So now they've got
competition with other teams.
Yeah, you got to deal with other teams. Plus, you've got now there's some other free agents out there that are kind of enticing for the Bears. There's a lot of Bears are a lot of trade rumors because Tremaine Edmonds, Max Crosby, DJ Moore, Tyson Bagent, all these people in trade rumors either coming or going. Because now I guess the 49ers are trying to get Bagent, which would be interesting. I don't know what they could give us. Of course, you got the Bears, being rumored to trying to get Max Crosby. Does that include Tremaine Edmonds? Does it not include Tremaine Edmonds or DJ Moore? Right? I mean, you've got those questions swirling. You still got the stadium issue hanging out there for the Bears too, which is beyond me that they haven't just told Indiana, hey, we're on the way, because Illinois is not even going to talk about it for like another week and a half. And then the Falcons, and you got some good wide receivers going to be out there too. Darnell Mooney is a serviceable wide receiver the Raiders should take a look at. At least as a number 2. You've got Shaheed is going to be a free agent. The Super Bowl MVP at running back is going to be a free agent. You've got the Vikings are cutting defensive tackles, defensive linemen all over the place. Like there's a lot of people being released. KC made the big trade, and they also made a big release. I mean, this is why I don't mock draft for at least another week and a half. Because there are so many cap casualties happening. The cap casualties usually get another contract with someone else for a lot less money, right? Like Mooney will get another contract with another team. It'll be for less money, but he'll get a contract. But now some team that was going to draft a wide receiver in the second round might not.
Yeah. You forgot about another key free agent. Kyler Murray just came out on his socials and said goodbye to Arizona. Apparently, they've informed him that they're going to cut him.
Oh yeah, well then Kenneth Walker. I mean that Seattle let him walk. I mean, first off, look at Super Bowl MVP for him should have an asterisk because it should have been their field goal kicker. I'm sorry, he had 100 yards, great, but their field goal kicker is the story of that Super Bowl, which is sad, but it is. But Kenneth Walker being a free agent, dude, that's going to make some things interesting.
Where I could, I'm going? Las Vegas.
Yeah.
His former offensive coordinator is now the head coach. The Raiders actually need another running back to go with Genty, to pair with Genty. Like Detroit is another one. Yeah, they just got rid of Montgomery. But I think the Raiders would have the inside track only because Clint Kubiak is the head coach. And I think Kenneth Walker probably enjoyed playing for him. I don't want to spend a bunch of money on him. That's the only thing, is how much money is he going to want? Because he's going to be like, well, I was the Super Bowl MVP, right? Like, so it's like, I don't want to spend $10 million on a running back when we're already
And then you
spending
got
$10 million on a running back.
Alec Pierce, wide receiver, right? He's going to be a
Mhm.
free agent. Jalen Phillips is going to be a free agent on the edge. Now he's 27. He's young. Trey Hendrickson at 31 is a free agent. Rasheed Walker, tackle from the Packers, is going to be a free agent. I mean, God, you got John Franklin Myers, defensive line, right? I mean, he's going to be 30. He's going to be a free agent. Malik Willis is a free agent. Zion Johnson, another guard who's 26, is going to be a free agent. Devin Lloyd is going to be a free agent. I mean, there are a lot of good free agents. I mean, another edge.
Devin Lloyd is a
Devontae
linebacker,
Wade.
right?
What?
Devin Lloyd is a linebacker, right?
Yes.
Who is he playing for? Who was he playing for last year? I was thinking of Devin Bush, but he's a Steeler.
It was Lloyd you asked about, right?
Yeah. I was thinking of Devin Bush, but Devin Lloyd is a linebacker also.
I just lost. Devin Lloyd. Where was he last year? Jaguars. That's what I thought. He was with the Jaguars. Romeo Doubs is going to be a free agent. I mean, Alontae Taylor is set to be a free agent corner. Jalen Watson, another corner, free agent. I mean, dude, it's like there's a lot of talent. Isaiah Likely, tight ends are being cut like flies. Oh, who was it that got cut yesterday? Oh my God! I mean, look at Shefty. It's like, oh my God, like who still is on a team?
Man, I can't believe the Ravens cut Isaiah Likely.
Yeah, I know, that was weird.
Or let him walk. I mean, like, that's crazy to me. Like, that guy's going to go somewhere and ball out.
Someone else just got cut. Aaron Rodgers, of course, is not going to. The Steelers are releasing tight end Jonnu Smith. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, the Buccaneers exercise the option on their punter. Okay, there's some big news. Yeah, Rashid Shaheed is going to get a contract somewhere else. The Vikings are letting Jonathan Allen go. I mean, there are guys all over the place. The Chargers are releasing tight end Will Dissly, Mekhi Becton, and a tackle Savion Washington. I mean, yeah, Juwan Taylor's out there now, offensive tackle. Maybe he comes to the Bears. I don't know.
Hasn't Mekhi Becton been? Is he the one that the Jets drafted expecting, like, they had high hopes for him and he just busted?
Yeah. I mean, so there's a lot of people. We went after the Super Bowl with no one getting cut. Combine happens, and now it's a cut-a-thon. It is a cut-a-thon. And then you've got Kyler Murray. You've got Kirk Cousins. You know what? Let's just add Justin Fields to that list, possibly. You've got, your boy and your favorite Vegas quarterback, Geno Smith, going to be out there. You've got, I mean, it's ridiculous the amount. So, like, if you're a GM right now, this is why I don't. Debo Samuel's out there. Oh, let me catch up with some of these comments because these guys have been going crazy as I've been reading stuff off. Denver, well, yeah, they have cap room because they just cut some people.
Who turned down $14 million? Kenneth Walker?
Walker or Shaheed, one of them. Okay, yeah, Dobbs could end up in Buffalo. He could end up in Vegas. Debo is out there. I mean, this is why I don't mock draft yet. Grenard, they're talking about letting go as well. Oh, it was Walker. It was Walker. Okay, now we're caught up on comments. I mean, the free agency and what your team's going to do, mock trades at this point are almost fruitless. This is why. If you were the Bears a week ago, if you're doing mocks, you had no need for center. Now you do. Now supposedly you need a left tackle. We've got two on the roster that can start, but we need a left tackle. Even though he's going to be back at some point in the season, I don't think the Bears necessarily need a left tackle. We obviously need a center. The backup is okay, but no, not Drew Dahlman okay. So we need a center. We need an edge. We need a linebacker. And we need to sign safeties at some point. Jaquan Brisker could be a free agent. We don't know yet. There are rumors that the Bears aren't going to re-sign Jaquan Brisker, which I think might be stupid, but that's me. But they haven't re-signed any of theirs. Lions cut Glasgow, right? I mean, he's going to be out there. I mean, yeah. Dude, it's crazy. I don't even know where to go. I mean, Linderbaum is going to be interesting. Because did he get a big offer? He got a huge offer from. Remember, it was reported that he got a big offer.
Yeah, Baltimore offered him a market-setting contract.
That's what they said. We never saw it. But yeah.
Yeah. But I'm glad to see that Linderbaum hasn't signed that offer yet, because that means that he wants to see what else is out there. Like
the Titans cut Lloyd Cushenberry too, so that's another guy who's going to be out there at center. Wow. Supposedly Baltimore offered him a market topping deal, after, but maybe he just doesn't want to deal with that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he'll make around $21 million a year. Can the Bears afford that? I mean, now you're going to get into all these, restructures and everything else that's going to happen. Man, dude, it's going to be nuts.
You know who can afford him though?
What now?
You know who can afford him though, and doesn't have to restructure a single soul? The Raiders. The Raiders have over $100 million in cap space with that cap number going up.
Yeah, I mean,
it's going to be exciting times in the next week for the Las Vegas, man.
Obviously. I mean, and what the thing is with the cap, he may end up in New York. Yeah, New York could be. He misses Harbaugh. The cap's gonna be interesting because remember, when we say guys making $20 million a year, doesn't mean it's $20 million cap hit necessarily, because math doesn't math with the NFL. It has its own kind of math. That's gonna be. Look at. We're gonna have a couple interesting days coming up, and I don't think they're done cutting. I think we're. Look at. I thought Cole Kmet was pretty safe in Chicago, but with all the free agents out there, good tight ends that are out there, I don't know how safe Cole Kmet is. I think he's better than the guys who were cut, right? So maybe the Bears don't cut him, and they could restructure him, or even do an extension where his price comes down. So I think he's a good piece for this Bears team. I think and you haven't heard his name at all in any of the rumors in Chicago. But and Swift as well. He's carrying an $8 million cap hit. Maybe they can figure out a way to make him cheaper, and free up some money. But this is where it gets interesting. And you know what? Minnesota is just cutting everything. And there's good free agents now in defense coming out of Minnesota that I know the Bears have to be looking at going, I mean, there's a lot of market out there. Like
there's also rumors Minnesota Vikings are interested in Geno Smith.
Yeah.
They think that it was basically the Raiders' fault that Geno was throwing all those picks last year.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I could say maybe part of it was because our
Yeah.
offensive absolute dog shit, but like they didn't, they didn't make Geno throw the ball into triple coverage. Like Geno chose to do that, so he could have just thrown the ball away. Yeah,
I mean, look, there's enough really good free agents. You can definitely look. We're going to see worst to first this year for sure. There's going to be a couple. Um, why are our GMs sitting on their hands? I mean, you've only seen a handful of re-signings, though,
yeah, because the
right?
tampering period hasn't started yet. That's why.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. The Houston Texans just reached a extension with offensive tackle Trent Brown. That just happened. We are seeing a couple extensions. The Trent Brown one just happened. Um, there are a couple other ones. The punter for um, the Jags agreed to terms with tight end Quentin Morris. The Commanders and defensive lineman Drake Jackson reached a 1 year extension. So there are a couple re-signings here and there. Sean Tucker's looked like he's going to be a non-restricted tender. He's going to be a free agent from the Bucks. Commanders and defensive lineman Dietrich Wise reached an agreement on a 1 year extension. Okay, I said that one. Commanders and defensive lineman Shy Tuttle reached an agreement, 1 year extension. The Bucks, of course, optioned their punter Riley Dixon. So there have been a couple re-signings, small. Of course, Lou Holtz passed yesterday. Rest in peace.
Oh no, I like
The
Lou
Chiefs
Holtz,
informed Jawan Taylor that he's going to be released.
and they traded Trent McDuffie,
And they traded Trent McDuffie.
and they traded him to the Rams for a low first round draft pick, which
And then, of course, the Cowboys restructured Dak, CD, and Tyler Smith contracts to get under the cap.
all three of them just to get under the cap.
Yep.
Oh, oh. And then they franchise tag Pickens. Oh,
That's Um, nuts, man. The Rams have a lot of how the Rams own okay. Yeah, the Rams not
I think that
actually.
kind of takes the Cowboys out of the running for Max Crosby.
They still have some more stuff they can probably do. Well, that McDuffie trade, the Rams gave up another first round pick, a fifth, a sixth, and a third for McDuffie. Wow. Rams really want to be in the Super Bowl at home again this year.
I mean, it's a good move for them.
It is.
Like they're ready to win, and if you think that a good corner is your missing piece.
I mean, what the Rams prove, though, Joe. Well, I catch up with some comments. Sorry. The Rams are proving you don't need a first round pick. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the Bears are a few bucks. Actually, no. The Bears without Drew Dahlman are now under the cap. Without Drew Dahlman's contract, they are now under the cap because that hasn't been reflected. So with Drew Dahlman, they're in the red. I guess 7.4. But that's 56 people on the active roster. So that's really, what I'm saying? That it's 3 people too many. But once you drop Drew Dahlman's 14 million off, the Bears are actually like 6.5 million under the cap. So the Bears are okay now because of Drew Dahlman. Yeah, that's how they got it cap compliant, JB. We all hate the Cowboys. We all hate the Cowboys. Yeah, we do like the cheerleaders. You're right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, so, I mean, and that's what I was getting to, JB, before I caught up on the comments. The Rams, dude, they keep trading away first round picks, and they like which for JB says they get good veterans. Like if let's say the Bears are in this Max Crosby deal, and we give up a first round pick, and let's say Tremaine Edmonds and something else part of a deal, however that works out, I ain't mad. If the Bears trade out of the first round pick and get a good player, I'm not mad. Now there's some Bears fans who are in constant rebuild mental mode. Like, oh my God, we can't do that. Why? Look at the Rams. They damn near trade away their first round pick every year. Makes sense. I mean, last year, who would we take in the first round? Well, we got us a good tight end, but it's the lottery pick. If you're picking 17 to 32, trading out's not a big deal.
Especially if you're in a window.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a hard mentality for fans to get their heads wrapped around. Khalil Mack is a free agent too, by the way. I mean, there's a lot of good free agents at positions of need for Chicago. There are quite a good wide receivers out there. There's a bunch of quarterbacks out there, and there's a ton of offensive and defensive line guys who've just been cut who are serviceable for teams in need. All right, Packers opened up $6 million. Packers got issues, man. They let Dobbs walk. Huh. Yeah, I don't know, Joe. I mean, for me right now, I'm watching the Bears for three things. One, where the hell are we having a stadium? Two, who's our center going to be, and are we going to make a trade for Max Crosby?
Yeah, I don't. Well, I'm not going to say it's not going to happen, but we'll see. I don't. I hope it doesn't. I would like to keep Max.
I'm torn on the Max thing because I'm like you. I'm like, yeah, there's no way he's getting traded. But then you keep hearing there's more and more smoke on this fire, and it's going to happen soon. And we don't want to trade him, but we need to trade him by the end of the week. It's like the mixed messaging come out of Vegas, and then the fact that Max hasn't come out and said anything.
Actually, that wasn't Vegas that said that. That was Albert Breer from Sports Illustrated who said that they need to trade him by the end of the week. The Raiders have not actually said anything. In fact, the only thing they did say was at the Combine, John Spytek said, we're not in the business of trading star players. Like, we don't want to, we anticipate Max playing for us. Like, that's what he said. But he also said, but the phone is always on. Like,
anticipate. That leaves you open.
Right. And then that's what I'm saying. He also said, but my phone is always on, like one thing I've learned is you always listen. Like, so.
I mean, he told you right there, Max is tradable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Bears to look better this year too. Oh yeah, they change every season. And this is why I know JB loves to do his mocks, but JB, this is why I don't do mocks, man. What we've seen the last 72 hours with all these people getting cut, retiring, just trade, and free agency starts what? Monday?
I think the tampering period. The tampering period starts Sunday or Monday. I'm curious to see where Kyler Murray goes.
Yeah, because there's quite a few good veteran, and by good I mean serviceable veteran quarterbacks out there.
But I think other than Malik Willis, I think Kyler Murray might be the best on the market.
Wait, you're gonna love this one, Joe. JB does mocks for the Lions because big moves don't happen with them.
At least he's honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Raiders have a lot to fix, but they don't have to
fix it. But the Raiders have a lot of money to fix it too. The Raiders have over $100 million.
And they don't need to fix it all in 1 year. That's the thing, guys. Like, the Bears didn't fix it all in 1 year. Yeah, they fixed the majority of it in 1 year. And then they fixed the rest of it last year, so to speak. Or another big chunk of it.
Exactly. For me, for me, and this is just me, like I'm not the GM or the coach, but I'm trying to fix the offense this year. Like, the defense, it's gonna have to wait a year. I'm trying to get my offensive line fixed so that Genty doesn't get tackled behind the line of scrimmage every time he touches the ball, so that Mendoza doesn't get sacked every time he takes through a two-step drop. Like, I'm trying to fix that offensive line, and I'm trying to get a wide receiver that is serviceable to be a number one. With the understanding that my offense is going to run through Genty and Bowers, like mainly, but you still need a receiver out there. So I'm that's my goal.
And Vinny, I mean, yeah, because the needs change are so fluid at this point too, right? The needs are so fluid because of all these cuts and signings.
I don't think Kyler's going to be a backup, man.
I think I think Kyler Murray is better than what JB claims. I mean, he adds. He look. You can't, because when he was out last year, Brissett actually played really well, but the year prior, for example, when Kyler wasn't in, that football team was horrendous. When he was in, they were competitive. Kyler isn't bad. He's at least a very good backup. He could be a decent starter given the right team.
But he's played for Arizona his whole career, and Arizona has always, like, at their best, they've been like a middling team. Like they've never really given him the pieces to make a run. The thing is, the Vikings don't have any cap space. That's like, if I would be fascinated to see Kyler Murray go to the Vikings. Like, I think he could do well there with Justin Jefferson and Addison and Hawkinson. Like,
Did you hear that ridiculous statement Ryan Clark made?
No.
He said that if
Which
the
one?
Ravens had, he said if the Ravens had Kyler Murray instead of Lamar Jackson, they would have won a Super Bowl.
Wow.
Like, Kyler Murray is not even in the same stratosphere as Lamar Jackson. Like, I don't know where. This is
you're right, Isaac. But let's also not shit on Kyler Murray completely. Like, Kyler Murray has done okay considering like what he's had to work with his entire career.
Yeah, he's good, but like, when has Kyler Murray elevated himself to an MVP status? Like, when has he been at that capacity Lamar Jackson's been at the high tip of every quarterback pyramid?
Never, but that's kind of my point though, is like, Lamar Jackson is awesome, but if Lamar Jackson played for the Jets, do you think he'd be an MVP?
Yeah, but I mean, look, even if he goes, say hypothetically, he reverse places with Lamar Jackson on the Ravens, who's he throwing to? Aging DeAndre Hopkins, that was there for that 1 year. Yeah, Isaiah Likely,
Zay
is
Flowers
no longer there, and
I actually think Zay Flowers is pretty good.
Yeah, Zay Flowers is probably their best. He's really
pretty
good.
But
my point is, like, he wouldn't have as many weapons as he had with the Cardinals throughout his career. Like, he had a prime DeAndre Hopkins, which is better than Zay Flowers or any wide receiver from the Ravens the past 5 years.
Yeah, no doubt. But he also didn't have an offensive line that could block for him.
And Trey McBride
outside of Paris Johnson, who does he have?
I mean, Trey McBride too. Like, Trey McBride is 10 times better than Isaiah Likely. He had James Conner for his running back for many years, and James Conner, when he was healthy, he's probably one of the best, one of the top tier running backs in the league.
I mean, Kyler, I could see Kyler, for his sake, don't go to the New York Jets. I mean, Vinny says, Vinny was it saying that the Vikings are just a quarterback away, it seems?
That's what I'm telling you, man. If he went to the Vikings, I think he could be successful.
Yeah, they're really good.
But here's the thing. The Vikings are dismantling their defense right in front of our eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, so I don't know if they're just a quarterback away anymore. Who's the Dolphins quarterback going to be? Good question, Vinny. They still have Tua. They're trying to shop him, but his contract, they can't cut Tua. The contract is way too prohibitive for that.
Mm-hmm. But I agree with Joe in the sense that Murray would really flourish. Just like, we just saw Sam Darnold flourish with the Vikings, and he's just and Sam Darnold, I would say he's slightly an above average quarterback from his play from recent years, but he's always been average throughout his career,
Mhm.
So, like, I think Kyler Murray, who's better than Sam Darnold, definitely would flourish having Jefferson and Addison if he can get his shit together. Hawkinson, would that's a pretty stout offense for Kyler Murray to walk into.
I actually wouldn't mind seeing. I know they're in a rebuild mode, but I actually wouldn't mind seeing Kyler if he went to Miami either. Like, I think him and Waddle presents some. He's going to suck for a minute, but I think they could build something there behind Kyler.
Oh, definitely.
Here's the thing about Tua. Tua's cap hit, if cut, $99 million in dead money, $42 million negative cap. If you cut him, $42.9 million in negative cap. That's what your cap. So right now, your cap number, if you're Miami, is negative $1.6 million. If you cut Tua, you go back another $42.9 million. There's no way Tua gets cut. That's pre-June 1st. Post-June 1st, a little bit better. You have $67 million in dead cap, and now you only go back $11 million into the red on cap, 11.1. So right now you'd have to clear up like 13 million just to become cap compliant. Now you can cut Bradley Chubb and gain 20 million and take 10 million in dead cap. You can cut Minka Fitzpatrick and save another 15.6 million and go only 3.2 in dead. There are some people, other guys, Jaden Waddle, you can't touch. He's another one that makes you red by a lot of money. Zach Sealer makes you red by a lot of money. But Tua, you can't really cut Tua. That's the problem.
Yeah, you can't cut him. I mean, you got to look for a trade partner. No one's going to trade for that contract. It's like it's way too much for anybody to pay. To have Tua, who I kind of say, mm,
You can cut him, Isaac,
mm,
but you have to cut a lot of other players too.
yeah,
And you're
it's
going to have a
gonna.
lot of dead cap in total this year if
Mm,
you're have a good day.
Actually, if they make him a post June 1st cut, it's only 11 million dead,
oh,
No,
oh,
11
or it's
million
11 million over the
negative.
cap. I mean,
No, 11
oh!
million
Breaking
added.
news.
What?
It just broke right now. Schefter, they're working on a trade for DJ Moore to the Buffalo Bills.
That would be interesting. I was trying to get through.
I like that. I like that trade.
Yeah,
I
we'll
wonder
see
what
who
they're
they
going to
get
get
back
back.
for the Bills.
Okay, here it is. ESPN sources. The Chicago Bears are working to finalize a trade that would send DJ Moore to the Buffalo Bills. Compensation is still being discussed, and the trade cannot be processed until a new league year begins. But both sides are pushing to make it happen.
Most likely picks. I knew this was coming for DJ Moore, and then he made that post. Him holding his daughter, like looking outside his doorway, saying goodbye. So that was another indication that was going to happen.
I'm wondering though. I mean, DJ Moore, Josh Allen, that's scary. And look, I would be happy for DJ Moore to go to another winning team. But for me, it depends on the compensation.
I'm ecstatic because
It's
that
most
means
likely picks.
that means that the Max Crosby trade is most likely not happening.
Yeah, I don't think Crosby goes nowhere. I seen him like on Instagram on 6 different teams. Shit, like
I mean, if
it's not gonna happen.
frees up a ton of money for the Bears, of course. A second, maybe at least a second, maybe a first, yeah. Because that first round pick isn't going to be that high, so I can see a first.
And Buffalo hasn't been on their first round picks anyway, so it's sort of like the Rams strategy. Like you're trading a low first round pick for a proven player, like at a position of need. I think it's an excellent move for Buffalo.
Yeah, definitely. And they needed receivers.
Let me bring up the Bears here again real quick. So if they move DJ Moore, that frees up $28.5 million on cap. So now we have like 35 million in cap space.
Oh, I thought it was funny about. I want to mention this about Kyler Murray. The Athletics reached out to him because remember when he
Yeah,
got
he got
drafted, he was
drafted.
a dual draft. Like he
Yep.
can go to the MLB or he can go to the NFL. It's his decision. And the Athletics really wanted him that year he got drafted. The Athletics said, we have a roster spot for you. You will be guaranteed starting if you would join us, But then he chose the NFL, of course. But now the Athletics, from their social media account, their verified social media account said they want Murray. That's pretty funny.
But you know
Dude,
what though, Fred? And I just had this thought as you guys were talking, as we were talking about this possible DJ Moore trade, and also the Bears have 35 million in cap space. Um, let's say Tremaine Edmonds is part of a deal with a first round pick. Let's say the Bears get a first round pick for this year for DJ Moore. Then trade their first round pick or the Bills' first round pick plus Tremaine Edmonds and something else to the Raiders for Max Crosby. And now you're not worried about the cap space for Max Crosby because you've gotten rid of Tremaine Edmonds' contract. You've gotten rid of DJ Moore's contract. You've got cap space. Now you could easily fit Max Crosby in there. You give up a first rounder. Who cares? You got one back. And so effectively, it was Tremaine Edmonds and DJ Moore plus what other pick you throw in there for Max Crosby would effectively be what it would be. For the Bears, if you frame it that way to Bears fans, right? I don't
I
know how many
think
Bears fans would be like, "Oh no, that would be bad."
I think, because of Dahlman retiring, like I think Bears most likely will hunt for a center, like go after Linderbaum,
Oh, well,
you know.
but that's my next thing, though, Isaac. You still
Yeah.
have the money to get Lindenbaum. He's not
Yeah,
traded
but I don't
yet.
know. I
Not
mean, if
traded
I were the
yet.
Bears, yeah. I was gonna say if I were the Bears, if I wanted to save money, right? Have some money to left over to possibly sign if players get injured throughout the season, because it happens all the time. Is that I would go after, Linderbaum, for his center,
Right.
in light of the Dolman news, and I would go after Trey Hendrickson, who's now a free agent. Because Trey Hendrickson had an injury season, but you never
All
know
right.
when a
Now,
player
Schefter,
bounces
hold
back.
on, because Mike said that he had been traded. Now they're saying Schefter's busy. So 5 minutes ago they were working to finalize. Now
Mhm.
he's saying that a minute later he posts, "No, he's been traded." Um, Let me see if I'm showing up. Okay, then they're giving his stats for the Bills, whatever, or for the Bears. Chicago is a former first round. Okay, Roma Dunze, Luther Burden. Okay, fine, but they're not saying anything what the compensation is. So now Schefter is saying that supposedly he has been traded, but we don't know what the compensation is.
Yeah, it's most likely every time they say are working on a deal, it's already been basically been finalized. It's not released to the public yet. You know what I mean?
I mean,
I see that.
I like DJ Moore in a Bears uniform, but I think this is. I mean, you there and look, Shefty's not wrong with having Luther Burden and Roma Dunze there in rookie deals. It does make DJ more movable,
Yeah.
and DJ did do a lot of great things for the Bears. I mean, and let's face it, Packer
you're
fans
gonna
are
miss him
happy.
in those Packer games, though.
I
Seeing the
know,
Yeah.
dagger, dude.
Right.
but now you free
Isaac,
up
you
like
got to
you're
be
30
ecstatic
some.
right now. No
But
more
now,
deep, no
look,
more
now
deep ball
you free
daggers
up.
in your heart, dude.
Well,
You
if we
free
get
up
better corners.
28.5 million in cap space, and you already had 6 million, right? So you freed up cap space. Now look, if you trade Tremaine Edmonds, that frees up another 17 million. And just let me look at Max Crosby's. What's Max Crosby's hit this year? Let me look it up really quick. Just bear with me. Why can't I find the rate? Good. If you
Crosby.
go to Max Crosby, $35 million cap hit, you know what I mean? I mean, it could be as they're working towards a Max Crosby trade. It could be also they're looking to sign Linderbaum and free up money for that. Yeah, we already knew it can't be till the year start, but you think we figure out um, what the compensation is going to be? So, gonna be interesting. When is the new league year starts here in what, a week? So, interesting. Let's see if Shefty has any more updates. Geez, we
Well,
keep breaking.
supposedly the Bears are hosting Tyler Bides. He just got released by the Commanders. He was their former center, and he had a pretty decent year. So,
Oh yeah,
but they
they're
released
gonna
him.
there's gonna be some looking around for the Bears. I mean, I think this DJ Moore trade is part. If you know the way Poles operates, this is part of something bigger he's working on. But I think part of it could be to free up money to sign Linderbaum. It could be part of a Max Crosby deal to move to make that possible for Chicago. I mean, we're not just trading off pieces for draft picks. We're trading off pieces to work towards a bigger goal at this point, right? Because you're in a window.
Mm.
This isn't. We're still rebuilding Bears.
I just don't see Crosby being moved. You know, like there's a lot of talks about it, but there's no indication that Crosby wanted to be moved.
Well,
You
and
know what
there's
I
some
mean?
other
There's
good
speculation.
defensive ends out there, free agency. I mean, look, we just freed up a bunch of cap, right? Bears just
Mhm.
freed up a ton of cap with this DJ. Now, depending what the compensation is, but you just freed up $28.5 million in cap,
Mhm.
and
And
you
I
just
mean,
got
let's say
14 million. So now you got 38, 40, about 43 million in cap space back between Moore and Dahlman. No, you
I'll
got
tell
more
you
than
one thing that
yeah.
would be deadly, and that might put the Bears over the top, and that's without going after Crosby. Is Tyreek Hill is a free agent. You know, I mean, I know he's a headache, but
Wide receiver 3. Yeah.
he's a game changer. You know what I mean? He's a Super Bowl champion. You know what I mean? He's basically been kind of the MVP of offenses
For
for
the
a couple
Bears,
years.
though, assigning a wide receiver would come after you take care of the edge, the safety room, and a center.
But can you
You know what I'm
imagine
saying?
that off?
You have
Yeah.
no safety sign in Chicago. You need a center, you need safeties, and you need an edge. Wide receiver 3 is the last thing on that pecking order.
yeah,
True. But can you imagine that offense? Tyreek Hill, Odunze, Loveland, you know, Burden, like Monungai and Swift. Like you wouldn't. I mean, that offense would be deadly.
that offense would be scoring 40 points a game, dude.
Yeah. With Caleb loving to throw deep balls, Tyreek Hill is a perfect deep ball target
I mean,
that people can't
Dorn's
catch
not
up with.
wrong. He's not what he used to be. Then when's he gonna be back from that injury? Is he gonna be
I'm
back
not.
by the season, or do you have to wait a couple weeks in?
You're
I
gonna
think
wait a couple weeks.
Tyreek Hill's not gonna get signed until after the draft.
He's
Yeah.
worth
That's
the
my
money though. He's worth the money.
But and he's not going to be 30 million a year. Like you could get him. There's a chance you could get him coming off the injury at Vetmin or 5 million.
right.
You know, he could be cheap.
That's the case. I would see Foles pulling the trigger on that possibly. Sure.
The guy's an Olympic athlete.
But
You know
I'm
what I mean?
looking at the Bears cap space and the fact that you have no safeties under contract. I think
That's
that's why he's
saying.
freeing up part of that money. Is like he
Part
needs
of it is that because you've
Yeah.
got to re-sign.
fired.
Bayard, there's mutual interest. I think Bayard will be cheap-ish. Like Bayard's already said, I want to be here. The Bears, we want you to be here. And so I think he's not going to be looking at a huge payday. And I think he's at the point he's like, give me 10 mil, which is basically what I made last year, and we're good. Jaquan
And
Brisker, you got to pay a little bit more. But I think
Mm.
Jaquan Brisker is still 10, 11 mil. You can keep him.
You can bring back Owens.
You could bring back Owens on another $1 million deal to be the backup. Yeah. I mean, so you could bring back that entire safety room you had last year and not spend $25 million. So okay,
and
you're good. Now you need
another sneaky way. Yeah, another sneaky way to keep them is put them on your practice squad and elevate them from there. You know.
Yeah. So, I mean, what'd Cam say? Or Cam's like, oh shoot, I think he just saw the DJ Moore news.
Yeah.
Now, we'll see how official this is. I mean, if Shefty's posting as much as he's posting on X right now about it, it's probably done. I'm just waiting to see what the compensation is. I'm hoping we'll see that here in the next 3 minutes before we go off air. But we haven't seen it. But they're saying that DJ is going to Buffalo. And that, dude, let's just talk about that for Buffalo. Forget how I feel about my Bears trading him away. Dude, Josh Allen has a legit wide receiver one now.
Yeah, they needed a wide receiver bad. Ever since Gabe Davis, it hasn't been the same since his injury. You know, like and then Keon Coleman, of course, the owner threw him under the bus. So
I think
you
Keon
know,
Coleman's better now because of DJ Moore.
I
Now he
agree.
can be the two.
yeah, he will be, but like the owner still hates him. So that's the other side of it, you know.
You know what's funny about Keon Coleman? You go from his first press conference, everyone fell in love with him, to now. What a story. Night and day.
Yeah. And
Wow.
and he fired his GM and said he shouldn't have drafted Keon Coleman when the owner was there saying, I want Keon Coleman.
Yeah, it's a shit show. But also, it's not Keon Coleman's fault. Like, he was drafted to be a number one, but he's just not a number one.
Yeah, he's
And
not.
so it's like you're hating on the dude for not being able to be something that he's just not. But I think he's definitely could be a serviceable number two. And
Well,
having DJ Moore on that roster is going to be huge for them because
you
now
got DJ Moore.
Keon doesn't have to carry the whole load, you know, like
You got DJ Moore, Khalil Shakir. People forget. I like you. Shakir's a guy you don't hear a lot about.
Shakir's pretty
You
good.
hear his,
Yeah,
you
he
don't
is
hear a
good.
lot about him from the talking heads. But when you watch them play, you hear his name a lot. He's got James
He's a
Cook.
consistent
He's
playmaker.
got Dalton Kincaid. He still has Dawson Knox on that roster.
Mhm.
Like, dude, the Bills' offense is legit.
Got Cook. Mid-round pick compensation going back for a third. Wow.
Yeah, I haven't. Shefty hasn't. I don't know where you guys saw that because Shefty hasn't reported a third yet.
The third is cheap.
God, Shefty keeps posting like DJ Moore stat line, who he's going to be, on the team with. Nothing about the compensation. So I have not seen that a mid round or a third or any of that yet from Shefty. Yeah. So we'll have to wait and see.
Man, but DJ Moore, you got it for DJ Moore. He's got to be stoked because now he's going in like he's going to be off top. Josh Allen's favorite target.
And you know what? I look at DJ Moore. I'm happy for the guy. I love DJ Moore. I think it's a good trade for DJ. It's a good trade for the Bills. Hopefully, it helps the Bears do what we need to do. I know there were some Bears fans that were upset with him for certain things that was just stupid, to be honest. He's a team guy. It's all around good trade for DJ Moore. Rappaport is saying it's a mid-round pick. Okay. But look, you just freed up a ton of cap space if you're the Bears. Isaac just dropped off. I guess we're about out of time too. No, we got about a minute left. You just freed up $28.5 million in cap space for the Bears. The Bears are going to do something.
Yeah.
Watch,
I don't think you make that move unless you have a plan.
Watch Poles cook. He's got something up his sleeve. Yep. Something's going to happen. And we're about out of time. So, guys, JB's on next to Lions. Joe, myself, maybe Isaac will pop on tomorrow. Maybe Ken will be back because he's doing physical therapy this week for his back. So hopefully he's back. He's feeling better. But we'll be back here tomorrow, and we'll see what else breaks while we're live. Never a dull moment on Ken and Joe in the morning. And except my phone going crazy. I know, like, what else is happening? Is Ian Rappaport texting me now? We'll see you guys tomorrow. Everyone have a great day.